So, Soul Simmers, there's been a lot of Sims 4 rumors and leaks. We're still, of course, waiting on EA to do a new roadmap, even though we didn't get a roadmap last season. But on the simscommunity.info, there's a new leak about the 21st expansion pack, Royalty and Legacy, that's supposedly coming to The Sims 4 as the last expansion pack. So there were some previous rumors that The Sims 4 is discontinuing and that they're moving on to another thing called The Sims Project X, which, I'll go into that in a second. But recently there was a rating in South Korea for the 21st expansion pack. So in this listing, and I'll make it a little bit bigger so we can all see it, it's called The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy. It's, of course, a video game for people 15 and up. And it doesn't give you a lot of information. It just says the 21st expansion pack for The Sims 4 allows players to be nobles and build a long-lasting dynasty. So kind of vague. They submitted it for classification on December 18th, and it was deliberated December 26th. So this was recent, within the last couple of weeks. So it does seem to match a previous survey from October 2025 asking their input about legacy play, heritage, and more. So when you go, I'm just going to pop over to this really quick. They had asked a survey in the Sims Labs, which is their division that collects information and playtest data, where they asked people, are you interested in stories about your Sims past, heritage, or ancestry? How do you create those backstories? So it seems like they were already thinking about this back then. So the upcoming Sims 4 expansion pack is rumored to be released in February of 2026, which obviously is next month. This is per the report of Lunar Brittany. So it looks like it leaked already, February, FYI. So when it comes to the expansion packs, we know an insider rumor that was previously talked about that the upcoming expansion pack will include a new world with 3 kingdom types, and one of the neighborhoods will be based on Africa, which I know people have been asking for forever. So it's interesting that that's how they're choosing to close out the series. I'm curious on what this legacies and royalty is going to be. Not 100% sure. And then I did want to talk a little bit about Project X. So the Sims Project X is supposed to be a new single player experience. It's going to be released sometime in 2026. And this is going to be what takes over for The Sims 4. They're going to stop making new expansion packs for The Sims 4 after the rumored Royalty and Legacy pack. So there was an email sent directly to the simscommunity.info where it showed an attachment of a picture that kind of looked like, some marketing material for The Sims Project X. So the Sims look a little different. They obviously don't look like how we have the Sims right now. They also look a little bit younger. I guess these are either teens or young adults. So we're not sure if this is marketing material or what, but there's a lot of information about how this is going to be a little bit different than what we expect. So the single player part of the Project Rene is being sold separately, releasing at the end of next year, and is being referred to in playtest as Project X. Aspects of Sims 4 are carrying over, but it is a separate game. Originally, the single player part of Rene would be included in the full game of Project Rene, but they decided to separate the experiences into separate games. This new game will be more flashy with features like open neighborhoods, busier neighborhoods, better graphics. The game will, however, be more simplistic than The Sims 4 in other ways, as the single-player experience of Project Rene was never meant to compete with The Sims 4. It was more a simplified single-player offering in a game focused on multiplayer, and to keep The Sims 4 as the flagship single-player game. However, EA is now keen to retire The Sims 4 because both QA and development costs have risen in the last 2 years as the game become more complex to maintain while also developing new content. A major factor in this is many bug reports and broken save files are caused by mods and custom content, and they want to move on with a game that has smarter tech that can identify mod-related issues earlier and save hours of QA time wasted trying to replicate something that's mod-related and not in the vanilla game. This means the new game will be able to streamline the fixes in the game faster and waste less time trying to replicate and fix bugs that don't exist in the vanilla game. So to compensate for The Sims 4 coming to a close, certain fan favorite features of The Sims 4 as well as planned content will be in the new game instead. I have no idea what they're going to call this game, but it's not a Sims 4 remaster and it's not The Sims 5. They may stick to The Sims 5, just for ease, but it's not a proper sequel. With a single player mode of Rene being sold as a standalone game, it would be nowhere as complex as a proper sequel would be. I'm sure it'll be fun, but I'm sure many will identify where it falls short to The Sims 4, while acknowledging tech advances of a new engine and better hardware. So that's disappointing. I'm not sure what they mean by simpler, because The Sims 4 was not a complex game in terms of gameplay. It may have been complex with the way it was coded, and we can't see that, right? That's in the background. But it's not complex overall. I mean, The Sims 4 has the least amount of gameplay out of all the Sims franchises. The Sims 2 having a lot of gameplay and a lot of interactions and a lot of cutesy little moments where you can snuggle in bed and this and that. The Sims 4 is already lacking depth, so for this game to be even less, I'm like, well, what does that mean? Let me know what you think of the rumors, though. Do you think that The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy is the next expansion pack?